20 Dutch line is one of the most perfect harbors anywhere in the world. No boat, ship, or vessel cannot handle. Today, 576 miles of waterfront New York Harbor. Later on in history, the Hudson River became the most easterly waterway in this country's War of Independence, the American Revolution. Controlled this river, he controlled the fate of a colony, country, and everybody in it. The American flag has 13 red and white stripes, represent the original 13 colonies. We are now on an imaginary line between two of them. On our right starboard side is the city of Hoboken, New Jersey, hometown birthplace Francis Albert Sinatra. See that pier over there with the green gazebo on it? Now a public park, used to be two commercial piers, safe from the wrecking club. Some of you seen it already. 1954, living black and white, the late Marlon Brando on the waterfront, where it was filmed, best picture of the 1954. In the birthplace of the motion picture, Thomas Alva Edison, yesterday in 1891, received a patent for his new invention, the motion picture. Thomas Alva Edison gave us the movie right here in New Jersey. New Jersey is officially named the Garden State, unofficially, and with all due respect, unofficially known as the state of confusion. The simple fact, ladies and gentlemen, New Jersey has the distinction of being the most densely populated state in the United States. There are more people and motor vehicles per square mile in New Jersey than any of the other 49. Hence, the state of confusion. But without New Jersey, we wouldn't have Jack Nicholson, and that would be a shame. Speaking of confusion, look over here on the Manhattan side. This is Greenwich Village. What's the confusion? It's Greenwich, not Greenwich. And it's Houston, not Houston. Because this kid is retarded. You decide to take that, ladies and gentlemen, you will get wet. Greenwich Village off our leftward side means Green Village. It's a neighborhood in the city of Greater New York. The city of Greater New York resides in New York State. Official nickname, the Empire State. Who gave New York that nickname, the Empire State? Believe it or not, George Washington. Third weekend in November 1781, standing on the tip of this island, watching the last English ship disappear out of the harbor on its way back to England, he said, now we have an empire of our own. Somebody wrote it down. Official nickname. New York State, the Empire State. Right about now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over people's heads. I don't mean intellectually, I mean literally. Underneath this boat, 90 feet underneath this boat are people, lots of them. Stuck in traffic. 90 feet underneath the boat. Underneath the riverbed, in a tunnel that took 7 years to build, the Holland Tunnel. Look over here in Manhattan. See that pier over there with the big brick air conditioner on it? Porches on the shoreline. Over there in New Jersey, you'll see two more just like it. The ventilation system for the Holland Tunnel. Opened on the 13th of November 1927. Then it became the longest underground tunnel in the world. Moreover, this is where the science of underground tunnel ventilation was pioneered, focusing on something relatively new, the internal combustion engine, the automobile. Now look alive and pay attention because we're going to need this later, on or off the boat. The entrance of the exit point over in Manhattan for the Holland Tunnel is Canal Street. Canal Street goes right across to the other side of the island, so will we. Now, you'll need Canal Street to find Chinatown in Little Italy. We go around the other side of the where Canal Street comes out, it's going to be something very big, something we're going to go under, something you will not need your imaginación to see. But speaking of imagination, don't use too much imagination historically. Too much imagination, fantasy becomes fact. You can't separate them as time goes by. Example, the Holland Tunnel. Believe it or not, there are people that live in this city their entire lives, whole generations of New Yorkers. They still truly believe that the Holland Tunnel was named after the Dutch. You know, Holland, the Netherlands, wrong. The Holland Tunnel was named after the person who designed it, built it. His name was Clifford Milburn Holland. That's how the Holland Tunnel got its name. But right about now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you on board might have a feeling as though you've been here before, even though you know you never were. The French call that feeling a déjà vu. Well, number one, it is not a déjà vu, and number two, it is not your imagination. This is your memory. So what I'm going to do, with all due respect, ladies and gentlemen, refresh your memory historically and tell you a little story. True story at that. We'll get it from an eyewitness. The eyewitness is me. The story begins on a crystal clear Tuesday morning on a cloud in the sky. No humidity at all. I do not ever remember a morning that clear. Time, 7:58 a.m. Location, Logan Airport, Boston, Massachusetts. I refer to Tuesday morning, September the 11th, 2001. At that time, at that place, American Airlines Flight 11 takes off, headed to Los Angeles, California, the city of Angel. Followed very closely by United 175. Now, neither flight made LA. Why? Let's start with American 11. American Airlines Flight 11 uses this Hudson River like a visual road map, almost like a video. 800 feet up, according to the National Transportation Safety Board, about 500 miles an hour. follows the river right down to the city.